That's me on my entirely solar-powered boat, and here are a couple of friendly swans seemingly not reacting to the sounds of the motor. It's that silent, or maybe we bribed them with too many snacks. Right now we're in a rather strange harbor at the side of the city. We're tied to a tree that holds the Helios 11 in place in the strong current of the Rhone river. The flow of the water is around 3 knots here, but I trust the double mooring lines and the tree. So the couple past days have been both sunny bright and cold rainy. I'll show you how that has felt like. Here I love seeing the green trees and the natural but somewhat polluted riverbank straight out of my windows. The water looks amazing, clear blue-green, but it's not that clean. Still refreshing and probably healthier than a swimming pool. I dare swim in the river to get most of this spot, although the water is slightly polluted. And this is why I want to talk about Planet Wild later. Finally, we're moving toward the Mediterranean. This is the first lock of today. So I guess we're back now. We're cruising at 8 to 9 knots in the downstream. Absolutely beautiful weather, and we have the mountains there. Two or 3 days is now the estimate for when we reach the Mediterranean. So currently we got absolutely full batteries. We're cruising at around 2000 watts, but it really doesn't matter how fast we go because the stream is so strong and takes us forward. We're gonna cruise all day, so in the evening the battery will start dropping a bit. I want to show you something. You can hear the absolute silence. 0 watts currently. And it's still pretty silent when we go full thrust. So let's rev it up to half thrust, 3000. You can hear a bit. Now at 3000 watts, the water sounds are actually louder. Let's go to 6000. Today we're gonna cruise 100 nautical miles. Currently we are halfway through, roughly 50 nautical miles behind us. I'm out here just in my boxers, enjoying the sunlight. It's very important to get a lot of sunlight. I notice immediately my energy changing. It's already warm here and the sunshine is producing epic amounts of energy for the Helios 11, and it's only spring, so what is possible when we get the sun shining straight from above? I think we're gonna get a total of 3,500 watts roughly from the maximum of 3,700 on the roof array right here. I thought I had farted, but this industrial area here is smelling like garbage. It's soon getting dark and we're gonna stop here just at the side of the river. There's no pier, so we will just throw the anchor in and then we can visit a nearby store to fill up our supplies. And then we continue the journey throughout the darkness. We're gonna send Faye on a mission to Lidl.
A few moments later.
Alright, we got the food. Now we can keep moving throughout the night. It's very easy to navigate when you have the modern apps. You can literally play it like a video game, but of course you will also see with your eyes. We didn't quite reach our 100 nautical mile goal for today. The last lock in front of Valence was closed earlier than usual, but no worries. We got 85% battery remaining and roughly 1/3 of the way to the Mediterranean behind us. From the outside, it looks so cozy inside the boat, and it's going to be great to have a long night's rest. Well deserved. Good news, we're traveling much faster than expected. We're already over half of the journey from Lyon down to the Mediterranean. So when I built the Helios 11, I was thinking, can you run the motor entirely on solar, kind of not going through the batteries? And then when I looked into it, I realized that in this current situation, we're actually running on only solar. No battery is involved. The solar charge controllers, they are connected to the battery bus bar, but the bus bar is directly connected also to the motor. So whenever we're charging up significantly, all of the energy actually goes straight into the motor. So there's no conversion losses actually, and it's cool knowing that we can technically travel only on solar. We could technically slow down when the sun is lower and speed up when the sun is higher. But of course, we have the batteries to take care of that, so we have a stable speed all time. It's pretty magical cruising underneath the starlight. We've come now over 2/3 of the way, and it's day 2. We're gonna head to bed very soon as we make it for the next harbor. Day 3 of the journey. While waiting for some commercial ships to pass the lock first, I have pretty much my first promenade in French nature in sunshine. Every walk before this has pretty much been rainy, dark, or in a city such as Lyon. After 20 minutes, we are inside the Écluse Avignon, and we have less than a day cruise to the Mediterranean Sea. I miss the salt water. On our way, we see more mountains, castles, and riverboats. Solar cruising through such beautiful sceneries, yet not being able to actually swim in the rivers of France safely, has made me realize the importance of preserving nature and ultimately preserving mankind. A while back, I found Planet Wild and decided to see what it's all about. Since then, I've been part of this crowdfunding community for protecting nature with already over 20,000 members. As a man of pure action, sailing now on my solar yacht prototype on this mission, it makes me so happy to see the real-time proof of Planet Wild, as all of their missions are documented on YouTube. The solution-driven approach is the key here. If this was only about showing the problems, I would be out immediately. But the truth is that we also solve the problems directly and show everybody how it's done, lighting a spark of hope for the future. From what I've seen personally, it doesn't look good for the fate of the world unless we intervene, taking matters into our own hands. Here is the latest ocean and plastic related project that I liked, where over 65 of these plastic stopping systems were deployed in India. This is just one of many fantastic projects our Planet Wild community supports. That is my reason for being part of Planet Wild, as plastic threatens the entire ecosystems of Earth, and almost all of us already have microplastics inside of us coming from our environment. It actually makes me a bit angry, but this anger only leads to decisive action. So if you want to join our growing community that makes a real difference in nature, consider joining Planet Wild right now. You can give whatever amount, big or small, that feels right to you. Every dollar counts. And here's a special gift for you. The first 100 persons who sign up using my code NORTH3 will get their subscription paid by me. Just scan this QR code here or use the link in the description and you'll be part of something meaningful. Not in spirit, but in results. This will have an immediate impact on nature that you can see within 30 days on YouTube. If not, you can cancel anytime, no catch. Now let's get back to some boat interior upgrades I've made during the past week. I created this cozy table lamp out of a beer can my girlfriend wanted to try, not for the taste, but for the rabbit. And furthermore, we've added these wooden strips to bring more detail to the main hull of the Helios 11. Simple usually works, and this looks super cozy. This is a historical moment of the Helios 11. We're currently like 10 minutes away from the Mediterranean Sea. Finally, after a month of waiting in Lyon and about 5 months from leaving Finland, we have reached the Mediterranean. It feels a bit unreal, and the graphics of this place look like it edited, color graded, but it's not, it's just beautiful. Our first short trip in the Mediterranean leads us safely to Port de Beau, a bit west of Marseille. We make it to the harbor just as the sun sets. We wake up the next morning in cloudy weather, and soon the rain starts pouring. Today we're picking up as much supplies as we can carry. We aim to have water and pretty high quality food for at least 30 days of survival. We got a lot of cheese and sardines in olive oil. That is very important, adds a lot of calories, and olive oil is just very healthy to have around. a lot of quality spring water also, and of course we can acquire water from rain, and that's what we're doing currently. Actually, we have a small canister of rainwater, not for drinking yet, but in a survival situation it would be very good to have rainwater for drinking. There is a lot of rain the whole day, our first full day in the Mediterranean. In this town around Port de Beau, we also go to the nearest hardware store to get some materials for lightweight fenders. We haven't found any marine stores yet to get our fenders, and all the marinas are closed for the weekend, so we managed to find temporary spots just for the night. From the hardware store I also got materials to make a fin to improve steering using these sheets of aluminum. I'll show it later. It's going to be very important for heavier winds and larger waves compared to the canals or the Baltic Sea. Today we're just taking it easy, resting after the 3 intensive days of cruising down all the way from Lyon. Once in a while the thunder strikes, and we're happy we're not out cruising right now. It's better we rest now to be prepared for the next trip towards Spain tomorrow. I'm very happy I got the infrared heater, because it's pretty cool outside, even though we've reached the Mediterranean. The water is 15 degrees Celsius, the air is a bit below that currently, but inside our cabin it's around 20 degrees. Today we've used roughly the same amount of electricity that we've gotten from the solar panels. We started the day at 50%, and now in the evening, as it's getting darker, we have 55% remaining. The rain keeps pouring heavily, but the thunder is over. Faye was a bit scared about the thunder, but it's all over now. We saw a couple lightning strikes, luckily very far away. All is dry and warm, and we're in a safe harbor. Okay, I've tightened up the screws so it should stay in place, and now we have way better handling, and I'm gonna test it out today. It's a big day, our first proper cruise on the Mediterranean, heading towards Spain currently. I'm gonna take my first swim now in the salty waves. After the couple rainy days, we have full sunshine, roughly 50-60 nautical miles to get to the next city. That's our current objective. So let's start sailing. Currently we're moving at around 6.5 knots. That's a very good pace comparing to a sailing vessel that would probably do like 3.5 knots currently in this very low wind, and we would still be doing 6.5 knots even though it was raining or cloudy. Look at this right here. What most would think about when seeing this is an electric boat running on battery, assisted on solar. But what makes me so happy is that we're literally sailing now on pure sunshine. We're going fast for a sailing boat, and all of that is solar. We're actually charging up the batteries as I speak. Imagine the charge from the sun directly pushing the boat forward without any noise of a regular engine or the work and skill required for sailing. I just sit inside and turn the wheel every 5 minutes to keep course. The rudder is working great. Now we've been going roughly 5 minutes straight without any adjustments. I'm sitting back here. It's working and hasn't fallen off yet. So very nice having that straight course. We didn't quite make it to our destination. Instead, I chose to anchor here at the Petite Rhone river because we left a bit too late from Port de Bouc. I didn't want to continue our journey too late into the evening. We still have like 75% battery left and just roughly 10 nautical miles left to cover tomorrow, unless we choose to go longer. Alright, we're relaxing here in the messy bedroom, and I gotta say, this is probably the most beautiful place I've ever been to, and it's only the first anchorage. I can already imagine the crystal clear water, the beaches on some islands where we just sit in the middle of nowhere. That is gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see where this journey leads us. We're gonna get fishing equipment, we're gonna improve the boat, make it faster and more safe and more comfortable. So in the next days we're gonna head further west towards Spain. We got great weather in the forecast, a lot of sunshine, so the cruising speeds should be pretty high. Stay tuned for that, and also check out the latest mission of Planet Wild right here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.